Hello English 101 students, this is Mr. Branham, and I just want to walk you through how to set up your MLA format or your MLA page setup for your classical argument and for all of your essays for that matter. So I always like to go over the details of this. There are examples in your textbook of a document that's set up correctly in MLA format, but sometimes it's good to go over the details just in case we need to review something. So let's start with a fresh MLA or a fresh Word file, and I'll walk you through the details. So with MLA format, they get very specific about details such as your font and your size, as well as your line spacing and basic layout for the first page of your essay. So let's start by setting the font or the type face. So MLA specifies that we use Times New Roman. You can also use Courier New, which is a little less common. But let's set up as Times New Roman, and the size is 12. So Times New Roman, size 12. So we set that up so everything that we type now will be in the correct format and size. The next thing that you see in an MLA style document is a custom page number at the top of the page. So in order to do that, go to Insert. So Insert. And down here in this header and footer box, go to Page Number. And we want that page number on the top of the page and on the right. So Insert, Page Number, top of page, then go down to Plain Number 3. So after you click Plain Number 3, this header box opens up at the top of your page. And notice here that the page number is already there, highlighted in gray. So don't mess with that, because if you do, you don't get your page numbers right. So all you have to do here is to type your last name, space. So your last name, space. And then here, this big red X, close header and footer. And then your page numbers will be correct throughout your document. You can write 5 pages, you can write 100 pages, and if you set your page numbers up correctly, they will be paginated correctly. Okay, so after that, on the left side of the page, you see 4 lines. Now we say that with a MLA style document, you don't need a cover page, because all the information that would go on a cover page is over in the top and the left side of the page. So what we put over here is your student name, or your name. After that, you put in the instructor's name, then the class, which in this case is English 101, and then you put in the date. And with that date, it can be the due date of the assignment or the current day in which you're working on the assignment. But let's just do, say, 25 February 2021. So put your date in there. And also one thing that I didn't set up just yet, make sure that everything is double spaced. So we can do that in several different ways. But I'm just going to highlight what I have so far. And I'm going to come right here, this little paragraph box, this little drop down in the corner. And you see the default is set as multiple line spacing, but we just want double. So double spacing. And also click this little box here. Don't add space between paragraphs of the same style. And then when you click OK, it will put everything in correct double spacing. Okay, so all this information, these 4 lines are in the top on the left. Then after that, click Enter. Then you go to Center, which I generally do here. And I type my title. So remember, with your paper, you can have a creative title if you like, or the old standby. It's just the name of the assignment. Classical argument, and maybe we're writing a paper about online learning. Okay, so centered there at the top. And then enter one more time. Go back to the left. And all your papers are, or all your paragraphs are indented, one tab. So we click the tab, then you start writing your paper. So that's all the page setup for MLA format. So we have again the custom page numbering, the font Times New Roman, the size 12. Then we set up our custom page numbers. Then we set up the 4 lines over here, which would typically go on a cover page. And then we have our title. So remember, the whole thing is double spaced, so make sure you set that up. And also notice that everything is in plain text, so you don't see any bold in this setup. You don't see any italics or any special characters. So it's very simple, so that anybody, regardless of the technology that you have to produce your papers, can create the same style document. So, I do have students who they do a page like this. They put all the information in there, then you save it, and then whenever you start a new paper, you don't have to worry about setting up your format. You can just open that file and then type your new paper. So we can do a save there, and then that gives us what we need. And let's go ahead and save that. Do a save as. I'll save everything to my desktop. So I do classical arguments and click save. Okay, so from there I can close my paper. And just so we know, let's go over to Blackboard and open your English 101 class. And the links for turning in your assignments will always be in course content, in the course content folder for the assignment that you're working on. So they go to the classical argument course content folder, and you see here turn in your classical argument. So I'll go ahead and make that available so you can get your paper turned in. Then we click here, turn in your classical argument, and it gives you the due dates, the points possible. And then what I want you to do is to submit your paper as an attachment. So what you do, go to this attach files area here, click browse local files, and then search through, find your paper. So there it is. So double click classical argument, and now you see that it's set up as an attachment. And all you have to do is to go down here and click submit. So when you click submit, it will be put in correctly. So whenever I go in and grade your essay, it will pop up in a window, and it's very easy to go through and give you kind of sentence level feedback, suggestions in the margins of the paper. So if you do this other thing, text submission, it won't submit correctly. And a lot of times I'll send you an email saying, please send me a Word attachment. And if you're using Microsoft Word, that's excellent. But also have students who have a little bit of trouble if you're using, say, Google Docs, if you're used to using that. So you can still save documents in Google Docs in Word format. So it's one of the options whenever you go to save your file. So make sure you do it like that, and then you'll be okay as far as turning in your classical argument. But okay, so again, just a short video going over the MLA format for your first page setup, which we'll use for all the essays that you produce for English 101 and English 102. So again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to send me an email at matt.branham@kctcs.edu, and I'll be happy to help you out in any way that I can. So again, thank you for watching this video. So if you need me, send me an email. Otherwise, have a great day, and good luck with your writing.